Alright, here's an update video for you. What's been going on lately? Well, as I mentioned briefly in the sludge video, I'm returning back to YouTube, basically, and I will be doing more stuff here in the foreseeable future. At least 2 videos a month is what I'm aiming for, so like one tutorial-esque thing, like the how to play a certain genre thing, or how to be a band thing that I already started. Those will continue on, and then there will be also one sort of update video on general things that are going on with me and my career. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, stick around, that would be cool. This is the first of the update sort of vibe videos. I have a bit of a cold, and that's why I sound like this, so bear with me. I've started a bluegrass duo, which you've probably seen in the shorts, with my good friend Ben from the Feelgood McLeods. He plays guitar there. I'm their front of house sound engineer, and we travel in a bus together for many weekends in the year, and we both have a shared love of bluegrass, and we both have like acoustic solo projects. Mine is Stutzman X, his has been McLeod, and we've played shows together off and on, and when we do, we sort of do this mixed show always, where it'll be 2 songs of mine and 2 songs of his, and then we play 2 songs together, and it's back to the other, to the first, whoever started it and stuff. Yeah, it's always fun, but after a while we were like, yeah, we always play like Johnny Cash covers and like bluegrass traditionals and stuff. Why don't we just get a bluegrass act together? It's just the 2 of us for the foreseeable future. Me on mandolin and vocals, and him on guitar and also vocals. Yeah, that's pretty easy. And we've released a single called Cup of Joe on the 30th of October, which is going pretty well. We've just played our first open stage sort of jam night to 4 or 5 songs. So a 20-minute or so set, which was quite entertaining. I really enjoyed that. There's shorts around here somewhere. Maybe I'll insert a little clip of it here. We've sorted out a show in January for Deadwood Holler, is what the name of the bluegrass duo is, and we're playing with a few friends of mine from out of town. They're called The Last Gunslingers, and they play country and dark country stuff. So we basically have like an Americana night in Germany, which is quite cool. This is going to be a bit more rambly than the future ones will be, because we got to catch up, dudes and dudettes. We got to get all of the past year covered. I mixed at Wacken. At motherfucking Wacken. Where the McLeods played a show at Poinberg Folk Open Air, which was really nice, super dope setting. Is a, I think, roughly 10,000 people festival up north of Hamburg, which is quite a ways off from where we are in Germany. I'll have a map here, and it's like we were all the way down here, and it's all the way up there, and it's like 10 kilometers away from Wacken, and then we drove back. And on Mondays they got the call. It's like, hey, you're playing Wacken. So yeah, that's cool for next year. And they're like, no, this year. We mean this year. And it's like, oh, okay, let's move stuff around. And then yeah, Wacken happened. So that was this summer, and then it's been a bit weird at times for me, at least, because I've been trying to book solo shows as Salzman X around Europe, which has been going mixed, I guess you could say. Like, I'm playing Switzerland this week, so that's kind of cool. I'm really looking forward to that. I'll put video of this thing happening in the next thingy, which is, I'm super looking forward to that. But I've been trying to get like a show on the way there and on the way back for a solid half a year now, and there's nothing. Not like not even responses out of most venues, which is, yeah, fine. You get used to that. But there'll be a mixed job on the day after that, which is kind of cool. It's also with Tons of Water, which is friends of mine. Yeah, looking forward to that. Other than that, as mentioned in the sludge video, my partner has ME/CFS, which is a chronic illness that doesn't go away. And I know that's what chronic means, but still, sometimes you gotta reiterate that part of the story, which has been a bit of a bother for us, a bother for us for the past three and a half years, 2.5, 3 years, something like that. Anyways, it's been a bit rough, and so we've tried to figure out how to deal with all of this, and I think we've got some sense of normalcy back in our life, and have some sort of agency of how we deal with stuff, which is quite cool. I am now full-time self-employed, which has changed dramatically since last time I actually made any decent amount of videos. I was always employed in some sense somewhere, but now these days I run my own ship, basically. And all I do is live work and music, which is quite nice. So I'm a professional noisemaker of some sorts, if you will. That's quite cool. If you are into movies, you can head on over to Charlie Cinema Club on TikTok or on YouTube. That's my partner's movie sort of channels, where they talk about all kinds of niche movies. Super cool, very interesting stuff. I do a lot of editing for that, so yeah, we're back in the media production sort of vibe and landscape. Other than that, I have been on a bit of a dig through my old hard drives, and found out that I've completely forgotten that I released a song last year. It's called Shapeless, and I think it's pretty dope. I recently re-listened to it, and I'm like, yeah, that was some cool stuff. It's a very post-metal-y sort of thing. Bit of Amon-Ra vibes, bit of Neurosis vibes, as usual for me if I do solo heavy stuff. Which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed rediscovering that. Then I went on a bit of a tangent, went through my old hard drives and found a bunch of old tracks that I've started at around about the same time that I did the Shapeless track, and most of them just need some vocals and some mixing, and some lyrics obviously, but I'll be doing that, and then I think I'll be putting out a new album next year, like as a Nicholas Peralt solo thing, in the greater realm of post-metal sludge. As I've mentioned, I am now self-employed, and it is a bit more work than I've anticipated. I know, I should have known, but it is actually like a lot of work. The thing is, this all takes time, and it's a bit of work, but I think it'll pay off in the end. Yeah, and I've started writing a book, which is super cool, like a non-fiction book on DIY music and how to navigate sort of the DIY music landscape. So that'll be hopefully in in the finishing stages by sometime mid next year or something like that. I'm actually in the process of writing the proposal now, and I'm trying to find publishers for it. So if you're a book publisher and you're into DIY music sort of stuff, that would be cool. Other than that, we're writing material for the Deadwood Holler bluegrass sort of duo stuff. I think I've written like 4 or 5 songs now. Most of them recorded already. We're trying to figure out how it fits with their respective release schedules, so that we don't totally burn out, because releasing music is a bit more work than just putting it up on DistroKid, which is something that many people will gladly glance over. The thing is that in order to, you could just publish it on DistroKid and it'll go largely unnoticed. But then there's like reels to be made, and live performances and photo shoots, and you know the drill. There's stuff that goes along with releasing music. So yeah, I've been doing a bunch of mandolin stuff, and if you want to have more mandolin style videos on the channel, also just leave it in the comments. If you want more bass as well, in the sludge video I've for the first time incorporated the bass for the how to play a certain genre thing, and I think that was a good addition. What do you think? The other thing that I can really think of that's going on at the moment, basically, is that I'm trying to get all of this sorted. So we're in the beginning stages of sorting out my life, basically. It's time, 37 now, and I think by the time I'm 40 I should probably have figured out how to do all of this shit. Anyone over the age of 40 can probably correct me on that. But yeah, there's a bunch of cool companies I've been working with for this year. I think the coolest 2 are Wolfmix, which is a very cool lighting controller. Give me a sec, I have it here. This big. It looks like an Ovation Launchpad, basically. So you have these buttons and these encoder knobs, and this thing spits out up to 4 DMX universes. Sadly, no SACN or anything like that. So if you're into lights, this will be interesting to you. If not, alright. They've been really kind to me, and shared me on their socials a bunch, which is kind of cool. I think. That's been really good. A pretty good partnership, I think, with Wolfmix. I really like this thing. It's super intuitive to use. So if you're thinking of incorporating lights into your setup, you can basically build like little presets that move lights in certain ways. And then it's MIDI controllable, the version 2 of it, so you can just add a USB thing to it and then control all of this from your backing track laptop via the Wolf, which is kind of cool. It's super good. The other cool company that we've started working with is how these makeup influencers do this, like this, is SE Electronics. SE Electronics makes fantastic microphones, especially for vocals. You all would have seen the V7 mics. They're spectacular and they're everywhere now because they sound phenomenal. I have a stellar case of theirs for drum mics, which is pretty cool. This is how that looks. And down here usually live 2 SE8s, which are these small diaphragm condensers that are currently out on a stand right now because I use them to record mandolin and acoustic guitars a lot because they sound phenomenal in a 90-degree stereo pair on mandolin and also on acoustic guitar. That's the recording setup for Deadwood Holler, by the way, is also SE mics, which is quite nice. What I really like about the kick mic in particular is on the back you have these 2 switches, if the camera will focus, and you can choose between modern and vintagey, or classic as they call it, modern and classic EQ contours, and one regulates the mid scoop and the other the sort of clickiness of the attack, which is quite cool. So I've stopped using two mics in the kick. Usually kicks are use two mics, which is one boundary mic and one outside mic, and I've been using an Audio XT6 for that for ages. But I feel that this V-Kick mic delivers the same punch and thump that I can get from two mics, but in one mic and in one channel, which is kind of cool because it keeps channel count down. And yeah, what I really love about this, and this is why I'm unscrewing this, is this red foam stuff is replaceable, which is super good. And the other thing is, all of these capsules, which are these things inside the microphones, which is where your sound actually comes from, are shock mounted. So I'm not moving the entire body, just the capsule. They're shock mounted inside this thing, so handling noise is down to next to nothing, which is super good on especially bouncy stages where drum risers might shake. And do this number, you can sometimes hear a sort of underlying low end rumble on kicks, which is gone now, which is super good. I really like that. And they have that on all their mics. Also on the V7X, which looks like the V7, but it's the snare microphone. It's my favorite microphone for snares by far. It's far surpassed anything like a Shure SM57 or anything like that. So yeah, that's been cool and super new for me this year, is working with SE Electronics and Wolfmix. That's been super good. I am also, you've probably seen this, affiliated with Ernie Ball Strings via a company in Germany that distributes them called Musik Meier. And via Musik Meier, I'm also in cahoots with Hackstrom, which you see me playing all over the place now. It's kind of cool. And the Ernie Ball thing also gave way to me using my new favorite pick, which is the Prodigy line of picks. The 2mm, the big triangle is what I use, and Jan uses the 2mm small triangle version of this. Yeah, so that's what's been going on here basically. See you next month for more updates, and the next one will be a lot shorter because there will be less to update. See you next month.